My name is Jeffy, and my Chihuahua is in the other room taking a nap. Today we're going to be doing something that is very useful if you are an artist and you sell stuff at craft fairs. We're going to be making a jewelry stand, but not just any jewelry stand. It's going to be for like little boxes of jewelry, which is a great way to display your art. So the first thing you're going to need is something like a picture frame. I got this one at Goodwill for $6. I've been living for the Goodwill finds lately. And I felt a little bad when I was checking out. The lady was like, "Oh, that's such a cute picture." And I had to be like, "Okay, we're going to be covering this picture, but I promised her that it's going to end up beautiful no matter what." So the one I picked, I really wanted a nice golden edge, and I do really think I accomplished finding that in this picture frame, which is why I selected this one. I also think the square is going to be really good for my personal boxes, but really you could do this with any size picture frame. All right, so you got your picture frame. The next thing you're gonna need is some fabric. I had this in my stash and I just really love that sparkle. I think those are gonna go really nice together. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. Now to get this picture frame from a picture frame to a jewelry stand, we're gonna end up needing to make two adjustments. The first adjustment is obviously gonna be to get this picture part covered. And then the second modification that we're gonna be doing is gonna be to the back. We need a way for this to stand at like this much of an angle maybe. So we're going to be essentially sewing a pillow for it, and then I'm going to glue the pillow on this back end. At this angle, things shouldn't slide down, and it'll be awesome. People can just pick things up, look at them, put them back, and it really does elevate your craft space to have things at different heights. It just draws the eyes in a little bit more.
I accidentally lost the footage of this step, but essentially all I did was cut a square out and then glue it down with E6000 glue. It's industrial strength and it really is the best glue out there. To make the pillows, I cut out two rough circles and then starting on a long piece of fabric on one side, I'll just sew the circle down, and then starting on the same side, I will sew the other circle down with the fabrics facing together. You end up with this little pillow-like looking thing. You'll want to inside out it. And then you're going to want to stuff it. I like to use foam stuffing because it doesn't really ever lose its shape. And then you'll just sew up that final edge. These are the two pieces that you'll end up with. As you can see, that sparkly fabric looks absolutely stunning with that gold frame. Another thing to note is that fabric is just like a little fuzzy, and I think that really helps the jewelry stick to the board as well. To attach the pillow, I'm going to be using some more of that E6000 glue. It is really one of my favorites. I'm just going to put it along that line, and I was very gracious with how much I used. I did not want this to come apart, so I just poured on a very thick line of that glue, and then I set the picture frame on top of it. While this was drying, I used a weight underneath the picture frame at the bottom just to make sure it didn't slip any farther than I wanted it to, and then I left this overnight. E6000 takes 24 hours to fully dry, but I had to take this to my shop the next day, so I was just gentle with it and it seemed to be all right. And then this is what the final product looks like on our shelves. It really does fit in perfectly with that gold. I'm in love with this project. Setting up your items on this board is really easy. I wanted to stack a lot, so I started at the bottom, but then I decided to show you guys how easy it is to get one to float. So here we go on our zoom. See, it's sitting there perfectly with nothing underneath holding it up. And then here is our board completely filled to the brim with all of this beautiful food jewelry. This is such an amazing project. I really hope you guys enjoy making it yourself.